guys, I'm Maddie Joy. Welcome back. Today I'm here with
Nikole Mitchell
and lana.
Today we're going to be talking about some crazy topics. So buckle up and subscribe and let's begin.
So Maddie, we're so happy to have you.
Thanks so much. It's an honor.
I met you a few months ago through Nikole, and I felt like I just connected to you so fast. Something about you, you were just so magnetic and so just loving and bubbly and real, and I was just, this girl is so cool. How do you get through it now?
Will you go out with Lana? Is what she meant to ask at the end of that. No, we love you. I loved you the day I met you, which was last summer, and we stayed in touch. And then I loved when the three of us all connected and we all kind of clicked, because I love having girlfriends in the online space, but we're in person, which is the best thing ever. And I think we've all been on a similar journey of the evolution of self-expression, of monetization, of starting our own businesses, an online brand. And I'm excited to hear more about your story and just have us share a little bit more about what it's like to become a woman on the internet who's well known and well paid.
Oh my god, I like that. Okay, so I started on YouTube in 2016. This is when I started my career. I was in a couple channel and we were filming pranks, challenges, vlogs, Nikki prank on boyfriend.
As one does.
I was doing all that, and then I started to get older, because I started doing this at 17 years old. And I started to get older, and I wanted to be a little bit more adulty. And so I posted a bikini photo on my Instagram, and it got banned.
Just a bikini photo.
Just a bikini photo. I was on the beach.
Oh,
my Instagram was deleted for this photo. And it's bathing suit. I was like, oh my gosh, my fans can't handle it, because I was in bathing suit. And they're like, this isn't the Maddie we know. Who is this woman? Who has she become? They were very mad. I lost many followers. My Instagram got deleted. It was very bad. And I was like, you know what? I need a platform where I can post whatever I want. And that's when I started in OF in 2020.
That's right there is fascinating about this dance we have to dance, where we present the version of ourselves we want presented online, right? And we become known for it. But what baffles me, when our audience demands, we stay that version of ourselves.
Yeah.
And instead of acknowledging and realizing, we're always evolving. We're evolving. You're evolving. And you don't ever control someone else's evolution. So I always have a hard time when someone says, what you're doing makes me uncomfortable, you need to stop, versus what you're doing makes me uncomfortable, I'm going to sit with that.
Yeah. Well, it takes a lot of, self-awareness for a person to do that. Usually when, people get triggered, they lash out.
If someone is doing something that I don't like and that makes me uncomfortable, I just remove myself from the situation.
Wow, so mature of you.
I mean, it's
I
don't follow people if I don't like their content.
Yes.
What if I don't want to see it? That's okay. I love that they're doing that for them, but if I don't want to see it, okay, bye. Why can't people just...
But I think a lot of people, usually from what I know, people get triggered because they feel that they can do it themselves. They can't. They don't believe that it's possible for them. They don't believe they have the courage,
or they're convinced that that's bad. You can't do that. It makes me think of Hannah Montana. She performed on stage as Miley Cyrus and was very adult-like, and the huge backlash she got. And I was so offended, this innocent Hannah Montana would ever perform like that. And I remember thinking, she's a grown woman. She can do whatever she wants. And whenever I see a woman go from that extreme to the next, my assumption is she was so boxed in and so censored. Her only way of breaking out of it was going to the extreme. That is a shame on the people boxing her in, not on her self-expressing herself. So I've never been able to relate to people, like you said, be let's shut down someone versus move on from them.
And also, don't you think that's what happened to you in your life? Well, you went 180. I know I did too.
She's like, you're talking about yourself, Nikole.
Yes.
No, totally. People gave me so much grief when I left my good girl religious background and went viral for creating an OF account and making grown-up content. And how could you go from this one extreme to the other? And I'm like, well, if it was such an extreme, can you imagine how much I had to hold back and shove down on a daily basis to fit your expectation of who I'm supposed to be? So should you be proud? That's how I think. Should you be proud how hard I worked at keeping that stuff in? That's why it was so extreme. But obviously people don't think like that unless I think a lot of us who are either really emotionally mature or have walked a similar road ourselves, like you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when I started doing that, I know a lot of moms were triggered, like my daughter's friends' moms.
Mm-hmm.
Some were inspired and some were triggered. And I would see it unfollow. And, I lost all the invitations, which is fine. I don't think give two fucks. But
Look who she's hanging out with now.
exactly. And I always, and I always crave to have people around me who are very sex positive and don't have the shame around expression and sex. And that's how I met you. And you showed me that it was possible because before I just was, thinking I'm so bad all my life. Because I wanted to, because I was always sexual, but always kind of kept in the closet.
Totally. So tell us a little bit more about you, because you had such a good girl persona and you made this.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all have our own version of that, but you did have like this because you were young too. And then you look very young. So people combine that transition to having an OF and making spicier content. What was that like?
I mean, it's nearly impossible to rebrand yourself. Like, it's so hard. You kind of are starting from scratch again. People follow you for one thing. They want that one thing. When you change it, I mean, why are they going to still like you?
Mm-hmm.
They don't follow you for this. They're not following me for bikini photos. They're following me for, like, cute little kid content. And so I understand why they didn't like it. But at the same time, I'm 26 now. Like, you got to move on. It's going to be okay.
And I know you've been doing it for many years now, but do you find a lot of your followers are still the same ones, or do you feel like you gained all new followers basically?
Both.
Okay.
I kept some of the ones who were like, we love you for you. I'm here in every step of your journey. Love them to death. I'm so happy that they're still with me. Okay, so I'm so interested about your past.
Yes,
I think everyone who is watching this who doesn't know you would be so interested in how you came to be.
And just the urge. Yeah.
We had good story.
Well, my mom and dad got together. Okay. It came to be. Some of us reach a breaking point where you have tried, and I know you get this, you have tried and tried and tried and tried to follow someone else's script for your life. You've tried to be who everyone needs you to be. And I was anxiety ridden. I had massive depression. I was so broke. I was on food stamps. Like, literally, people pleasing broke me financially and emotionally and relationally. And I'm like, there's got to be a better version. I'm like, I'm smart. I'm intelligent. Why am I so poor? Why am I so miserable? Like, this isn't computing. And so I knew deep in my heart, like, I wasn't living my truest truth. And yet I've been taught my whole life in my religious community, if you trust your desires, it will be your downfall. If you give in to what is here, it will ruin you. So don't listen to this. Listen to this. It's always the male pastor's opinion. It's always someone outside of you who's a man who's like, I know what's best for you. And I tried that for decades, only to be broken and miserable. And I'm like, what if I did the opposite? And what if I tuned into myself?
Were you preaching this to other people? Like, telling them this stuff as well?
No, thank God. Thank God. So my religion went on its own evolution, and my religion became more open-minded. I went to more progressive churches, and then when I was a pastor, that was my most progressive church at the time, which still is very conservative. But I never preached conformity. I was preaching the message I needed to hear. Mm-hmm. You can trust yourself. You are more than enough. Like, you're meant for bigger things.
You were telling them that?
Yes, in my own way. And it's part of what made me scandalous, which I think is such a common sense message. Like, you should trust yourself. You are meant for big things. You know what you're meant for. All the male pastors got paid, and I was not paid. And that was like a big problem. And I'd bring that up, and they'd always have an excuse like, oh, you need so much help, or you need so much work. I would do better, in my opinion, than some of the other male pastors, because as a woman, they would always have an excuse for why they didn't pay me. So I'm at this church 20 hours a week, making $0. Eventually I reached my breaking point.
Thank God.
Thank God. Thank the stars, the sun, and
thanks,
moon.
Thanks, universe.
Thanks, evolution.
So you don't believe it got out?
I think maybe there's something.
Just we don't know.
But because I don't believe anything I used to believe in. And when I held on to something so tightly, and I think it's all not true, I hold my new beliefs very loosely. Like, I could be wrong again. Maybe there's something, maybe there isn't, but I don't need that to validate who I am and what I came here to do.
Same.
Yeah.
I'd say the
But I
same.
mean, nobody knows, so it's like people can't even like judge or get mad. Like they
Totally.
don't know.
Even when you die, like heaven and hell, I'm like, have you been to heaven or hell?
Yeah,
like
were you there?
how do you know? Like no one knows. And I wish that's something I didn't like about my religion. You were never allowed to say, I don't know. It was always like black and white. You're always right. Everyone is wrong.
That's
Such an
okay.
immature mentality. And I'm like, but I don't know. And I have questions. Don't ask questions, Nicole. Just believe. And I'm like, that's cult behavior. Like,
Right.
you should always question. You should always ask. You should always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Like you are right now. She's interviewing me on in this conversation. And I love that.
That's how you learn more information and understand the world more. I mean, you should ask questions. The fact that they told you not to ask questions is crazy.
Thoughts on relationships, what kind of relationships you ladies believe in, what kind of relationships you have currently.
What kind of relationships do you believe in?
I believe in any and all types of relationships, depending on the person. I don't care what other types of relationships people are in. It just doesn't affect me. For me personally, I love relationships. I'm a relationship kind of girl. I would rather be in a relationship than single.
I was raised to believe in monogamy. I was raised to believe in heterosexuality. You only marry the opposite gender for life. You're monogamous forever till you die at the end. And it took many years of unlearning to find out that I am non-monogamous. I am queer. I love all genders. I'm very much a lover. I love to love people in all kinds of ways. It baffles me to try to constrain or limit that when I have so much love to give. And same thing, I don't care how you love or who you love. It's you're entitled to love whoever and however you want. And to me, it's been really healing and freeing to come home to my own definition and preference for what love should look like and feel like for me. And that's all I want for anyone at the end of the day. So I'm currently engaged. Bling, bling, bling.
Yes.
Freaking gorgeous. My partner and I have different definitions. I say we're actually non-monogamous because on my OF, I make content with women. And he says we are monogamous. So we even have different experiences and definitions of our relationship. What about you? Spill the tea, Lana.
Well, I was married for a long time, and after my marriage, I really didn't want to have a relationship. Although I did because society thinks you should, and it was like the right thing to do. But every time I was in a relationship, I was miserable. I would get sick physically, would end up in a hospital.
Lana, I really cannot picture you in a relationship right now. Like, it's hard. I'm trying.
Jesus, at the end of the day, like we know.
I just love the freedom, and maybe because I grew up in such a strict family, my father didn't let me date. You know, like any guy that would come to our house, he would literally take him by the ear and get him out.
When you're an adult?
Like when I was like 14, 15, 16, like
by the ear
a few times. Like it was like
toxic.
my mom. I remember I came home at 2:00 in the morning or something. He parked in the back because he knew like somebody would come out. So he parked in the back. My mom comes out, drags me out by my hair.
Stop,
In front
Lana.
of him.
Hi, I'm so sorry.
And yelled at him, said, if I ever see you again, I will call the cops. I mean, that was my childhood. You know what I mean? So I was not allowed to like have boyfriends. I mean, it was just like violently kind of
Toxic.
yeah, it was just like so bad and so black and white. So I think freedom is so important to me. So even when I got married, my ex-husband gave me so much freedom, and that's why you know, not like we were monogamous, but I'm saying I had freedom, there was no control. So that's why at least it was good. But after I got divorced, I really enjoyed freedom. And I still do. I just feel, I don't know if monogamy is my thing. At least not.
Totally agree with you.
I've
I've known her for how many years? Is it?
5 years.
5 years.
For 5
And
years.
monogamy is not a word I would ever describe Lana with. So I think you are correct. I would say it
Yes.
is normal for a lot of people to be non-monogamous, but people have been brainwashed, and women have been in particular shamed to want anything more than we have been trained to want. I mean, I told my partner before we started dating, I'm like, I am not monogamous. So if you expect monogamy from me, we cannot date, because I I cringe thinking I can only be with one person for the rest of my life. Like, that is a sign you're probably not monogamous. Most people who are monogamous are like, woohoo! Like, I remember Ellen DeGeneres had Justin Bieber on her show. He just got married. She's like, don't you just love having just one person and only person? And Justin actually hesitated. I think Justin's not monogamous, but he like hesitated. And she's like, I don't know why anyone else would never want monogamy. And I'm like, ew, like that's like, I would never project my desires on someone else. She loves monogamy just like I love non-monogamy.
Same, because
My sons there will beat this.
yes, and I can enjoy women as well. And so for me, it's like I can't even imagine just being with one person. Like seriously, there's so many people I want to try, and there's so many people I love connection. I love men of all ages. I love women. I mean, I'm more into men, but still, I've dabbled into plenty of women. No, but I just feel feel like there's so many beautiful connections that you close yourself off to. And again, it depends on what your goal is. If you want to create a family and you love that, that's beautiful.
But you can still be non-monogamous and create a family. It's very
True. But some people, like for example, my daughter, she loves a relationship. She's a relationship girl, like you. Like she doesn't get it.
I love this. We have the full spectrum here. We have like the one like lovey-dovey committed all the way to like I want my harem, but he can't do anything.
Yes, it has to be my way or nothing. I love freedom and I love to explore. And I feel like my job on this earth is to just inspire and empower and be used to a lot.
And I want to say to you, because the biggest pushback we're going to get on this conversation is she's broken. There's something wrong with you. You're a trauma, blah, 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 blah. And I've been in the non-monogamous and polyamorous world long enough to know that this is completely normal. It's just not talked about enough. It's a taboo, and that's part of why we have this, this conversation. This is a truth without the dogma, without the shame, without the fear, without the judgment. So I just want to normalize this, even though I know we're going to get kicked back saying something's wrong with you.
Right.
You want this.
Listen, I'm just saying I work with a lot of men, and I know, they come to me and a lot of people live in this double life. When they come to me, they tell me all these things because they feel safe, because they know I'm not going to judge them. But the desire doesn't go away. That's what I'm trying to say. So different thing. If you're in a committed relationship and you're satisfying these desires, amazing. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people who are in committed relationships live this double life where they don't have sex, they don't feel safe saying what they want.
I agree. I always say when people get mad at me, I say, you're just mad because I do in public what you do in secret. Right? Because people will have a double life, and I'm very public that I'm in a committed relationship and I'm non-monogamous, or I'm a mom and I'm a grown-up model. Like, I'm both and I'm very public, I'm open, there's no shame. And people have a hard time because, like, no, you should be quiet about that. You shouldn't be public that you have kids, or you shouldn't. And I'm like, I gave up living by shoulds, oughts, and supposed tos like 6 years ago. And my life has been happier, more fulfilling, and way richer than when I was trying to live by all these arbitrary rules that others were projecting onto me.
I love it. I'm here for this.
And we love you too, because like Maddie's just so open-minded. Mm-hmm. Like you're just like,
you're very awesome. I'm like,
yeah, get it, girl. We're all living the authentic expression of ourselves, and that's even what brought us together.
Maddie, did you grow up with like a Southwest home?
No, oh my god, that's not at all.
And how did they feel about you doing LF? And like, how's like your mom, your dad? Like, I'm just curious.
I grew up very Catholic. I was raised to think that was bad, and as I got older, I like kept everything so secret.
Did you grow up with a lot of beliefs that like if you're being sexy, especially online, it makes you bad for a kid?
No, not at all.
That's amazing.
Even though you're raised religious?
Yeah, no, I didn't change my thoughts inside at all. I just had to do it so that they're happy. Okay. Like, had to be good so that people don't get upset with me.
But what about your family? Like, your parents, like, was there pressure from them to be the religious good girl? Or they just took you to church, but, like, what's that dynamic there?
They just took me to church because it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
In Ohio, that's what you do.
Yay, Ohio.
That's just what you do. I don't think people even know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
I've talked to my mom in like 6 years, so it was definitely easier for me to start an OF because I didn't have to listen to her opinion.
How about your dad? How was his
Oh
response?
no, he knows. He's like, if you're happy, he's like, you are a 26-year-old adult. You make your own decisions. If you're happy, I'm happy for you. I support you. We don't like go in details and talk about it.
Right.
You
He's
don't
like,
need to.
you're an adult.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Here we are living our best life in LA.
Yes.
This was such a good conversation.
I
Thank you
love
for
our
sharing.
conversation.
For sharing. I always love learning people's stories and
Yes.
getting like little glimpses into people's inner worlds and backgrounds. So
By the way, did people from your pastoral life ever end up subscribing to you?
never publicly, like I'm
no.
sure privately, but I was a high school teacher at a Christian school before I was a pastor. And I have had former high school students subscribe, DM me. Hi, Miss Simpson, it's so and so. I'm so excited.
But wouldn't you?
No, but I'm so excited.
And then had a couple DM me on social media asking if we can hook up. Which I think
A
is
couple from where?
a couple of my former high school students.
No.
Not a couple,
Okay.
sorry, a couple of my former high school
Oh.
students have DM'd me, asked if we can hook up. I
Yes,
think
of course.
Yeah, I think it's the hottest thing ever. Are you kidding me? They're of age now. They're not minors. They're of age. This was many years ago, but they're now grown men. And I'm like,
Come
come on, come over.
I have a very similar, a friend of mine, her son, who I knew since he was a little kid.
Who's that?
She doesn't know.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought up this much more. It's like something.
And so he subscribed, and
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. And he told you who he was?
No, but I
Okay.
knew.
Okay.
But I knew. I
You're
knew.
smart.
And he, I remember him as a little kid, and she's a really good friend of mine. She's a little older, but she's a good friend of mine. And, so what'd you do? We were just talking, and he was buying my content.
Oh my
And
god.
he was just trying to, see if we can meet up, but I knew it. I was like, she will kill me. You can't do that.
I can't betray her.
I can't do, my friendship means a lot. So, yeah.
I love it. See,
That's wild.
I know these stories are so good.
You guys have great stories. My people say anonymous, but you know who you are. I'm watching this right now. Like, I know it's you, but
Exactly. So good.
I just think that we talk about what other people maybe don't feel comfortable talking
like
about.
what people are thinking. We say it loud.
Absolutely. And 6
So
months
it's
ago,
really-
and maybe a year ago, I wouldn't be able to speak about this because I didn't feel comfortable.
I can verify this information.
Yes, and I think it took me because I wanted to do this podcast for so many years, and I was just like, oh my god, that means I have to be honest, and I'm not ready. And I'm not ready. And so it took me a few years to actually be okay with being honest and authentic because I knew that's the only way I can show up because it wouldn't be fair and you guys would feel the bullshit, I'm sure. So, yeah, so here we are. And I hope our conversation can inspire you guys to be authentic. I would say for me, I have better friends, better relationships, better everything because I learned how to feel safe in my honesty and be real and talk about insecurities and fears and maybe flaws where before it was like, no, I have to show up so perfect because I don't want to be judged and I don't want to be rejected. But I learned that the more real you are, the more you're loved with your flaws and insecurities.
well, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Make sure
you.
you subscribe.
See you next time.
Bye.